I'm a big fan of the inventor of the solderless breadboard. Needless to say, my first soldering project did not go too well. So if you're like me and that you like to tinker, but maybe soldering isn't your thing, I think you will appreciate the ease of use that the solderless breadboard provides. A breadboard is a prototyping tool that allows us to quickly wire circuits without actually soldering all of the connections before testing our program logic. It allows us to quickly change components and try different configurations. On the breadboard, there are two red and blue lines on both long sides of the board. These represent the power and ground buses. All of the pins in each of these buses are electrically connected. The center section of the breadboard is for the prototype. This is where we will place our LEDs, our resistors, push buttons, potentiometers, and other components. The pinholes in this section are aligned perpendicular to the power buses. The pins in these rows are each connected in a line, but they're not connected to the power buses. So for example, to connect two components together, you put one lead from each component in the same row, or use jumper wires to make the connections and complete the circuits. Let's take a look at a circuit diagram and what it looks like on the breadboard. Here's a basic circuit with a power source, a resistor, and an LED. Over on the breadboard, I'll use the power buses to represent the power source. In a real project, that power will be coming from a battery, or a power adapter, or from the Arduino itself. Then, following out from the positive side of the power in the circuit diagram, I have a short wire going into one row on the breadboard. This provides the connection to the resistor, which has one lead in each of two separate rows. Be careful you don't place them in the same row, as this causes a short circuit across the resistor. In the same row with the other resistor pin, I have the anode, or the long lead of the LED. Remember that the anode needs to be connected to the positive side of the power flow. Then, in another row, I have the short lead connected to another wire, which in turn connects to the ground bus to complete our circuit. When you're using a solderless breadboard, make sure you push the exposed portion of your coated wire in far enough to make a strong connection. Remember to keep the power off when setting up your circuits.